my lecture, or before I start lecturing, or before I give you line by line explanation of the remaining part of the poem The Roadside Stand by Robert Frost, I want to sing a Bengali song. The reason why I want to sing is I want to make the meaning, or I want you to understand or get the idea, understood, of the ins and outs, okay, of the poem. You can call it the gist or summary or central idea of the poem, the road stand, the roadside stand. Okay, now the song that I want to sing is মানুষ মানুষের জন্যে, জীবন জীবনের জন্যে, একটু সহানুভূতি কি মানুষ পেতে পারে না? ও বন্ধু, মানুষ মানুষের জন্যে। So in the first part of the poem, what I said was, some villagers have decided to set up a shop. Villagers, understood, have decided to set up a shop beside the road that passes through the village. Why did they do it? The reason why they did that, the reason why they set up the shop beside the village road, was that they wanted to earn money. They wanted income. They wanted happy life. Why do we run a business? Why do you look for source of income? Just to run our family? Just to see all the members in our family with big smiles on their faces. We want them to be happy, right? And to give them the happiness that all the living beings in this world are in need of, understood. There are some members in the family who are called earning members. Should not they try to look for what? Permanent source of income? The shop is a symbol of permanent source of income, right? If you set up a shop, the difference between a job that you do and the shop that you run, what is the basic difference? The difference is that you will do the job for a fixed period of time, right? Whereas the shop that you run will be handed down from generation to generation, right? But like I told you, the society that we live in, understood, is divided. Am I right? There is a classification of people based on caste in our country. Those who perform pujas in the temples are called pujaris or priests. Those who participate in the wars are called kshatriyas. Those who run business are called vaishyas. And those who help these four sections of people are called shudras. In our country, I'm talking about our country. This difference that the society has will never disappear from the face of earth. Because we actually do not tend to see, we don't have a tendency to see those living in the villages, understood, happy. We want them to enjoy their life the way we want them. There are restrictions, lot of restrictions imposed on their lives. As a result, this poem wants to say that the people living in the villages must be deprived of their ability to think for themselves. It means they must not be allowed to make proper use of their brain. They must not be allowed to run a business. They will not be allowed to enjoy a life different from the one in the cities. Understood? They must not declare that they are understood, a separate entity, or they are different from what? The people of the city. They will depend on the people of the city. Where are the decision makers living? The decision makers are in the city. The people living in the city will tell them what to do and what not to do. Understood? That's why the people living in the villages, understood, are looked down. Maybe they set up a shop beside a village road, thinking or living in the hope of the people from the city to come and stand in front of their shops to buy something. But these people who live in these villages, cities, are so selfish that they do not think of standing before their shops just to ask, just to inquire, understood, what the villages are selling are good to take or not, are good to buy or not. They hardly have time. What does it mean? It means the neglect. They neglect those who live in villages. Is it a very good thing? If you are a human being, maybe you live in cities. Are you different from those living in the villages? We all are people. We all are same. If we are living in a country, understood, we are the people of the country, citizen of the country. Why should we fight over rural areas, urban areas? Urban areas or rural areas? If they are coming from rural areas, they are different from others. And those coming from, they need to be hated. If this is what is instilled in our mind, or if the people hammer an idea into our head about this divide, understood, between the rural and the urban, that is not acceptable for the complete peace and happiness of our country, for the progress of our country. It is really very bad. We should not fight in the name of what? Caste, community, religion, region. Understood? If we do that, or separatism, if we do that, what will happen? The country will cease to exist. It is a protest, not a poem. It is a protest. Why do you neglect those who live in the villages? Why do you neglect those who try to do something on their own. If they have set up a shop by the side of the village road, why don't you stop your car to buy something? At least to see what they are selling. If the people coming from the cities had done that, understood, were sympathetic, were kind towards those who kind towards their brothers and sisters living in the villages, the society would have been happier than ever before, right? So, you're being happy, understood, you're being strong, you're being different from others, you're being successful, depends on how you think. We actually are narrow-minded. If you are narrow-minded, the poet is talking about the narrow-minded people living in the cities. The people living in the towns have become hell-bent. Maybe you think those who live in the cities are the happy people. No. The city is a nice place, but they have turned the city into a hell. And that's the reason I am calling them hell-bent. If you have a heart, and if your heart doesn't melt when you see the bad plight of your nearest and dearest one, how can I say that you are a very good person? A man without kindness, a man without kindness in his heart must be compared to a beast. Understood? So the poet did not hesitate to mention the word beast of prey in this poem. Is that clear? Now, in the remaining lines, I'm going to read the lines and I'm going to explain. First of all, I want to read what you have written on the board. Okay, what have you written? And give us the life of the moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. It is in the news that all the pitiful kin are said to be brought out and mercifully gathered in to live in village next to the theatre and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore. Understood? I would like to describe up to this. It is because very nice lines. Now, what the poet is trying to say. The poet says, and give us the life of the moving pictures promise. The poet, on behalf of the poor villagers living in the village, understood? The poet talks about the dream of those who live in the villages of a country. Understood? Their request to those who actually are the be-all and end-all of the society, those who are the authority, those who are the ruler of the country. Understood? His request to them on behalf of the people living in the villages, the poet says, give us, it means villages, the villages or the villagers, understood, living in villages, they say, the villagers say, give us the life of the moving pictures promise. It means give us a life shown in the movies. Understood? Shown in the movies. What do they say? What do they show? The movies show very good life. Understood? Happy life of the people. If they live as people, as citizens, as human beings, understood? It is natural for them to what? Dream of good life. In India, if you live in India, if you only you have, understood, if only you have What? If you think you only have what? The right to dream of good life, it is wrong. You live in city, only you have the right to dream of good life. This is absolutely what? Incorrect. Isn't it? Is it correct to think that I live in city, I have a dream, I have a right to dream of good life? Whereas those living in the villages must not have the right to dream of good life. So, the poet talks about the dream of those who live in the villages. They say, according to the poet, they demand. What is the demand? The demand of those people living in the villages, demand of those people living in the villages to the government of a country, to the power in the country, to the power center of the country, to the ruler of the country. What is that their demand? Their demand is that give us the life of the moving pictures promised. You give us that life that we see in the moving pictures. Understood? Do you get it? That the party in power is said to be keeping from us. Party in power means the government. Even though we have a dream of a life shown in the movies, the government in power is not giving us that life. Understood? The life that we see in movies is denied to us. By whom? By the party in power, means by the government. Means the poet is crying over the pathetic condition or the bad condition of the people living in the villages. Understood? Did you understand? Very good. It is in the news that all these pitiful keen are to be brought out and mercifully gathered in to live in villages next to the theatre and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore. See, when I am reading these lines, it seems to me as if my eyes become moist with tears, and I cannot keep back these tears of sorrow from my eyes. The poet has not written this poem. The poet has decided to make those who will read this poem cry. I feel like crying, believe me. What the poet can see, we cannot see. This is the difference. What the poet can see, they are philosophers. Actually, the poets are philosophers. Understood? What the poet can see, we cannot see, because maybe we have eyes, we can see the outside world, but we are blind even with eyes. Can you see me? Okay, fine. It is in the news. It is in the news means it is out in the news means there is a news. And what is this news all about? That all these pitiful means sad, poor. Kin means people. All these pitiful kin are to be brought out, means are to be relocated, are to be taken. Understood? They are to be taken. Where? And mercifully gathered in. And they will be taken to a new place with kindness. It means they say that they will be removed from the place where they live with kindness. What will they do? Why will they be taken to a different place? To live in villages next to the theatre and the store. It means the villagers will be taken what? To a new place where there will be store and theatre. It means they will be taken to a new place where there will be theatre. Theatre means cinema hall, and store means shop. The new place where the poor villagers will live will have theatre, cinema hall, and store means shop near their new houses in the cities. Understood? Why do they do it? Can you tell me? The villagers who used to live in the villages, understood? If you take them to a place where there will be cinema halls and shops, what does it mean? Hello? The rulers want what? Happy life for them. So these villagers will be taken to the new place where there will be shops and cinema halls. Will that be a very nice place? Why will that? Well, why will the people in power do that? It means the society is divided, and the powerful people understood to stop the poor people from thinking of themselves, to stop them, to prevent them from thinking of themselves. They are being taken to a new place. And how are they taking? They are being taken with kindness. They are telling, you don't worry, I am going to take you to a new place where you will be able to understood enjoy life. Why? Because there will be shops in front of your house and the cinema halls to see movies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then to live in villages next to the theater and the store where they won't have to think for themselves anymore. It means if you go to a place where you will stop thinking for yourself. Actually, the poet wants to say those who live in the cities, understood? These people do not think of, understood? They do not think of themselves. They stop. Once you start living in cities, someone is ruling over you. You don't have a brain of your own. You stop thinking of yourself. If you think of doing something on your own, somebody will stop you from doing that. It means people living in the cities are under what? Someone. If you want to do this, oh, sir, should I do this? It means you will live in a place where you will not feel free to do whatever you want. Do you understand? The government, the party in power means the government is wanting those who have tried to set up shops by the side of the village road, understood? Now, these people are being relocated, means being taken to a new place where there will be shops in front of their house and cinema halls to go to see movies. Do you understand? Is this a very good thing to do? Is this a very good thing to do? Yes. You are living, you are what? You are destroying your identity. If you live in your village, you will have your own land. If you live in your village, you can set up a shop on your own in front of, by the side of the village road. Understood? You have a right to what? To the money in the city, to the money of the country. But money of the country is, the poet says that the money of the country is for few people. The poor does not have right over the money of the country. The poet is talking about what? The classification of the people, the division of people. This is not a very good thing to do, isn't it? Is this a very good thing to do? To divide the people in the name of caste, community, religion? Will that country be strong? Our country, for India, for example, India, can it be strong, very strong in the world? If we fight over petty issues like caste, community, religion, what will happen? We will divide ourselves. I cannot mix with you because you are Brahmin. Understood? Then another boy will say, oh my God, I am Vaishya, I cannot mix with you. What does it mean? Who is suffering? The country is suffering due to the division in the society. The poet doesn't want division. Understood? In the society. If it happens, what will happen? A section of the people will benefit and another will remain neglected. Understood? So, the poet wants the society to be a happy society with people of all sections of community, all religion, living together happily, forgetting the differences. Differences. Understood? Of caste, community, religion or something, color and all. Is that clear? Before we fight other things, we fight these divisions that exist in the society. Now, where they won't have to think for themselves. You understood now? Now I am going to read the remaining lines. Yes, you see. Then I have told you this, and now to live in villages. Okay, I have told you. While greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey, swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their wits, and by teaching them how to sleep, all day, destroy their sleeping, at night, the ancient way. Up to this, you know, the poet in the next few lines, what is it, right? While the greedy good doers, the good doers, actually the shellfish people, they are not understood. Greedy good doers means those who do good to you, but the greedy people doing good. Is it possible for greedy people to do good? Greedy, understood. Greedy good doers, beneficent beasts means those who only think of themselves. Beast, they are not people. Beast, they are compared to these people who actually are greedy, cannot be good at all. According to the poet, while greedy good doers means those who cannot do you good, those people, beneficent, these people, beneficent beasts of prey, it means they are beasts of prey. Actually, they, kill others. Understood? The people, what do the beasts? They are flesh-eating animals. Greedy good doers are compared to flesh-eating animals. Do you understand? If I'm telling you, listen to me very attentively. There are four brothers. They live together. Suddenly, after the death of the father, one brother, understood, maybe he is elder. Okay, elder brother robbed, understood, the other brothers of their rights to his father's property. He drove them out of the family. What does it mean? Cannot the elder brother be compared to a beast? By denying them their rights to the property, what does he prove? He says he has killed themselves or not. How will those people live? In absence of what? Your father, you are their guardian. But as a guardian, as a father, understood? If you have lost your father, the elder brother, in absence of our father, elder brother becomes our father, isn't it? In Bengali, we say, Boro Bhai, Paper Shoma. Understood? If my elder brother is like my father, how can he think of depriving us of our rights to the property? If he does it, what does it mean? He is not a killer. Then where will these younger brothers go? They will not be able to live. Maybe you are not killing them with knives, with swords, but depriving them of their rights to the property is like killing them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those people who are depriving the poor villagers of their rights, understood, to a good life, it means these people actually are greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey. Understood? These selfish people swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their wits. It means those actually who pretend to be very good. Understood? The people, actually powerful people in the modern society who pretend to be very good and kind, in reality they are not kind. Understood? These people, what do? They make false promises. I will do this, I will do that. Suppose the election is now going to take place, understood? What will there are, I must not say all leaders are bad, or political leaders are bad, I must not say. But there are some leaders who will make lofty promises. Elect me, vote for me. If you elect me, I will keep your promises. I will do this for you, I will do that for you. They make false promises. But as soon as the election is over, as soon as they got elected, they will forget you like you never existed in their life. Understood? What will happen? Will this leader be elected again? No. This is why I am telling you, the bad people of the society, the bad powerful people of the society are like them. They always make false promises. And the poet, according to the poet, these people, these bad, ill-intentioned people are like greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey. What do? Swarm over their lives. They actually enforce. Under swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to soothe them out of their wits. Means whatever they do, whatever these dangerous people, these selfish people do, they do it to stop you from using your brain. Soothe them out of their wits means they stop you from making proper use of your brain. If you have set up a shop by the side of the village road, and if the government in the cities tell, oh villagers, you please come to the cities, we have already decided to give you some what? Plots in the cities, and where you will have the cinema halls in front of your house, and even there will be shops in front of your house. You will have a very luxurious and you will have a very what? Good life. Come and live. By doing this, what are they doing? They are stopping you from using your brain. Understood? They soothe them out of their wits. It means they are stopping you from using your brain to do something on your own. Understood? And if you live in the cities, what will you live? You will be like beggars who beg from door to door. They want you to be beggars. When you lived in the city, in villages, you had land of your own, a house of your own. Understood? And you had what? Set up a shop by the side of the road. That also belonged to you. Whereas when you left that city in, understood, in the hope of a better life in the cities, when you left your village, selling all the property in the village, when you came to the city in the hope of a better life, what do you see? In the city, life is different. Here you see some powerful people who say, hey, if you live in this locality, you have to vote for this political party. If you live in this area, you have to do what this party in power is saying. Don't try to break the rules. Understood? Of city life. City life, what does it? You don't feel like you are as free as the, understood, air. Understood? What does it mean? They remind you of your what? Temporary happiness. But those who live in the villages, they enjoy their existence to their heart's content. It means when you live in the villages, you feel free to go wherever you want, to do whatever you want to do. But in the cities, you have to follow what? The rule and regulation of the city life. If you violate it, you will be what? Nowhere. Do you get it what I'm saying? And you know what happened? Swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits. It means they promise that they are well-wishers. Understood? They pretend to do them good, but in reality, that are calculated. Actually, they have already made plans. What? To soothe them out of their wits. They have already planned to what? Soothe them means take them, stop them. Understood? From thinking of themselves. Understood? Make decisions on their own. And by teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day. Means in the cities, what will happen? The city dwellers generally, what do they do? Most of the city dwellers, what is the difference between the city people and the villagers? Do you know? What is the difference between the people living in the rural areas and the people living in the urban areas? Do you know what is the basic difference? When you live in the villages, you work the whole day. You will not be unemployed. Why? Even if you are unemployed, understood, you will look for work in the field of some other people who are powerful landlords. You will say, Babu or Sir, do you have some work? I can work. Can I work in your field? Yes, come and work. You can get. Understood? Yes. You can earn some money if you live in the villages and your life is totally different. And though most of the villagers have land, They will work in their own lands. They will grow crops. Understood? And that's how their life is happier in the villages. Whereas those who live in the towns, what do? They depend on others for work. Even if they do work, that they earn, if they have source of income, they work there for 8 hours or 6 hours or something like that. The rest of the time they sleep. But what is the difference between village? Actually, if you look at the body of the rural people and the body of the town people or the urban people, what do you see? The people living in the villages are stronger than the people living in the cities, right or not? Because the villagers work hard. From dawn to dusk, they work, right? They get to eat good vegetables. Whereas the people living in the cities depend on vegetables that come from the villages, right? And these days, they do not get to eat good food. If you have not worked hard, will you feel hungry? So their hunger is not as proper as the hunger of the villagers. You haven't worked. In the towns, people die early. Who? The people living in the cities do not work hard, and their body is not as perfect as the bodies of the people living in the villages, right or not? So who die early? People living in the cities or the people living in the villages?
People living in the city.
Cities, because they do not get fresh air to breathe in. But if you live in the villages, you get fresh air. In the towns, you listen to me very attentively. The ground that you walk on is polluted. The air that you breathe in is polluted. Understood? And the water that you drink is polluted. Whereas the people living in the villages, they always what? Drink fresh air. They breathe in fresh air. They drink pure water. They get to eat fresh vegetables. Their ground is not polluted.
Yes.
So who live a healthier life? People in the cities or villages? Who?
City, villages.
Villages. So what are these rulers of the country doing? The rulers of the country are playing with the life of the innocent villagers. They stop them from thinking of themselves. Actually, their fault was they set up a shop by the side of the road. Actually, they tried to think for themselves. They tried to make decisions for themselves. Understood? They wanted to do something on their own. They wanted to make proper use of their brain. Understood?
Yes.
But what are the people, the rulers in the cities doing? The rulers of the country, the rulers of the society, what are they doing? These greedy good doers, what do these greedy good doers do? These greedy good doers are taking you to a place where there will be shops close to your house and cinema halls to enjoy movies. Right? They will be in front of your house. Is this a very good thing to do? Is this a very good thing? This new life in the cities will do you good. And you know what? This society is full of people who are actually destroying you. Understood? They are actually ruling your life. You don't know. Someone is ruling us without us knowing. We don't know who are doing this. They actually exercise control over our existence. Teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day. Destroy, they are sleeping at night the ancient way. It means, what does it mean? If you live in the villages, you will sleep the ancient way. What? You are dead tired. After a hard day's work, you will come back home. Understood? You will have sound sleep, but if you live in cities, if you haven't worked hard, will you have a sound sleep? The people living in the villages have sound sleep at night. Whereas the people living in towns, do they have sound sleep? No. What do they do? In the cities, they consume alcohol, right? Smoke cigarettes, BDs. Is this a very good life? Is this a sign of a very good life? So, there is a difference between rural life and urban life. When they are trying to urbanize the rural people, are who are urbanizing the rural people? Who are urbanizing the rural people? Who are making the villagers city people? Who are turning the ruler of the country? Why? To stop them from thinking of themselves, so that they cannot make proper use of their brains. So they stop thinking for themselves. Sometimes I feel myself, I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in me. The sadness that lurks near the open window there, that waits all day in almost open prayer. For the signal of brakes, the sound of a stopping car, of all the thousand shellfish cars that pass, just one to inquire what a farmer's prices are. And one did stop, but only to plough up grass. Now, up to this, I want to just explain. What is this? Sometimes I feel myself, sometimes when I read this, sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. If you live in a society, sometimes you feel as if you are a part of the country. But when you feel as if you do not exist. The people in the cities, understood, and the people in the villages, actually the poor, the poorest of the poor, those who live, understood, in the society, and those who are poor, they have lot of pains. You live with the pains in your heart. You go to sleep with a pain in your heart. You wake up with a pain in your heart. Who do this? Do you know? The poor of a country do this. All they do is they live in the hope of a good life, in the hope of what? Of an end to all this time, or bad time will disappear from their life. They always live in the hope of what? A good life. If I don't have that, no problem. Tomorrow or the next, either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, all my problems will disappear. And they function like machine. This pathetic condition, this bad plight of the poor people is being described. What does the poet say? The poet says, sometimes I feel, this is a line from a song. Sometimes I feel myself. The poet here says, sometimes I feel myself. He can feel himself. The poet can feel himself. I can hardly bear. Bear, B-A-R, my dear. Bear means I cannot tolerate. What? The pain that he feels as a citizen of a country. Bear, B-E-A-R. Understood?
Yes.
I can hardly bear. What? The thought of so much childish longing in vain. It means as a child, hey, what do the child do? To the children, life is full of happiness. But the moment they grow up, what do they see? The life is different from what they dreamed as a child. Understood? The way, the what is the difference between how a child sees the world and the way a grown up sees the world? To the grown up, the world is full of problems, full of differences. Whereas to the children, world is one. But they see the changes as they grow up. They gather the knowledge about the society. And the knowledge of the society makes the poet feel sad. The poet says, what does the poet say? Sometimes I feel myself. He can feel the problem of his life. I can feel myself. I can hardly bear. It means I cannot tolerate. What? The problems of in the society. The thought of so much childish longing in vain. What I thought as a child is not reality. Understood? Do you understand? It is not my childhood dream is not has ended in smoke. Understood? The sadness that lurks near the open window there. It means window means here, open window means shop. The sadness is always there in front of his shop. Understood? That waits all days in almost open prayer. It means those who run the shop in the village side, by the side of the village road, they always leave. They always live in the home. They do nothing except living in the home of someone coming from the cities to buy, either to buy their goods or to ask the prices of the things that they sell. Understood? So, that waits all days in almost open prayer. It means they live in hope. They in their open shops. They live. They spend the whole day waiting in the hope of the customers from the cities. Customers coming. Understood? They spend the whole day living in the hope of the customers from the cities. For the sequel of brakes, for the sound of the brakes of the car, the sound of a stopping car, of all the thousand shellfish cars that pass. It means sometimes hear the sound of the brakes, it seems as if the car has understood. One of the cars, the sound of the brakes of which he heard, understood, has stopped, will stop. But 1,000 cars pass their shops. Hardly a few stop. Understood? And out of the 1,000 cars that ply on the road, village road, understood? Hardly a few stop. And if they stop, what do they do? If out of the 1,000, if few stop, what do they do? Just want to inquire. Inquire, my dear. Inquire what a farmer's prices are, and one did stop, but only to plough up grass, in using the yard to back and turn around, another to ask the way to where it was born. It means no car stops in front of their shops at least to ask the prices of the things that they are selling. Understood? And one did stop, one certainly stopped, but what did he do? Only to plow. of grass, only to destroy the grass. In using the yard, in using the place. Understood? And turn around. It means to, understood, in using the place in front of their shop, just to, understood, turn their car. Understood? Do you get it? To turn their car. They have just used that place in front of their shop just to move their car for directions. Understood? And another to ask the way to where it was bound. It means if another has stopped, just to ask for direction. Where does this road lead? Understood? If another car stops, it stops to know where this road, understood, leads to. It means where this road goes. If I take this road, where will it lead to? Will it lead to the hilly areas? Will it lead to the town, or will it lead to the temple? Understood? Just to ask for another to ask the way to where it was bound, where this road was going. Another to ask, could they sell it a gallon of gas? If another car stops, why do they stop? Just to know whether they can get a gallon of gas, means petrol. Whether they will get petrol for their car. Means the people of the cities are selfish. They are so busy thinking of themselves, they hardly have time either to see the goods the villagers selling in their shops, or to at least ask the prices, or to buy something, so that they can feel, understood, that they are also the part of a country. But what are the city people doing? The city people are so selfish, they only think of themselves. Understood? They don't have time for the villagers and the goods that they are selling in their shops. Understood? Do you understand? Now, if another car stops, they stops just to know where they will get petrol, a gallon of gas. They could not. This costly. They had none. They didn't see. It means, what will the villagers do? They had nothing. They do not sell petrol. So what will happen? They will say no. They can't help them. Understood? Not country money, the country scale of gain, the requisite. Okay, this last line actually, another to ask, could they sell a gallon of gas? They couldn't. This crossly, they had none, they didn't see. It means they cannot help them. No, in country money, the country scale of gain, the requisite lift of spirit means happiness. Requisite lift of spirit means happiness. Has never been found. It means in the villagers have not what? Found happiness. Means they don't have happiness. Understood? Why? What is the source of happiness? Facilities. What is the source of happiness? Source of happiness is money. In the modern world, what is money compared to? Money is compared to second God. Those who have money, they have everything. Understood? As money is the source of good life. Understood? As the villagers do not have money, naturally, what? They don't have happiness in their life. Right or not?
Yes.
The requisite lift of spirit has never been found. Understood? Requisite spirit has never been found. Now I want to write the remaining lines that it will be very good. Give it to me. Yes. Few lines are left. I am writing them. It will be very good for you. How many people do you think?
75.
Okay. And I am going to write these remaining lines and it will be very good. Or so. The voice of the country seems to complain. The voice of the country seems to complain. Seems to complain. I cannot help owning the great relief it would be. I can't help owning. I can't help owning the great relief. The great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke. To put these people at one stroke. At one stroke, out of their pain. Out of their pain. Out of their pain, and then next day, and then next day, as I come back into the sand, as I come back, as I come back into the same, as I come back into the same, I wonder how I should take you to come to me. I wonder how you should come to me. I wonder how you should come to me. I wonder how you should like to come, and offer to put me gently out of my pain. Out of my pain. You know, when I have written these lines, what do you see? Very easy English, and I'm really very happy that the poet thinks as if he is a part of those who is being deprived of the rights to a decent life. The poet feels as if he is one of those who is being neglected. Understood? And he is one of those who are being looked down upon. Understood? He is one of the downtrodden. He is one of those have-nots of the society. He doesn't belong to the rich class of the society. And his protest is, what does he say? Also, the voice of the country seems to complain. It means the poet says that now the situation is so painful that it seems as if the voice of the country, it means the voice of the village. Understood? It seems to the poet as if the voice of the villager complains. Understood? The echo, understood, of unhappiness. The sadness of the people living in the villages reaches his ears. So he can hear the voice of the country. It means he can hear the sadness of the country people. And the sadness, the voice of the sad country people seems to complain. It means it seems as if the villagers complain. Their voices, subdued voices, complains. I cannot help owning the great relief it would be. It means I'm sure that one day this injustice, this divide will disappear, and it will be a relief for him. Understood? These sad bad days of separation, sorrows will come to an end. To put these people at one stroke out of their pain, it means one day the injustice will be understood. What? Put an end. Understood? The sadness will disappear permanently from their life. It means instantly. It means at one stroke means instantly. Means to put these people at one stroke means instantly out of their pain. It means something will happen, something good will happen, something understood will happen to put these unhappy people out of their pain. Understood? I wonder how you should like to come to me. It means I ask myself, how you should like to come to me. It means how the changes will come and offer to put me gently out of my pain. And I am thinking of the day on which there will be no injustice done to those living in the villages. And the poet lives in the hope of a better future for those living in the villages. And with this, I come to the end of this poem. Do you think that you have benefited from my class on the remaining part of the poem,
Yes.
The Roadside Stand by Robert Frost? I don't know, but I have tried my best to explain the poem, the remaining part of the poem, my way. And if you think that you have benefited from my class on this, on the remaining part of the poem, The Roadside Stand by Robert Frost, please give me at least one like. Bye. How was it, beta?